Welcome back to Cryptopia, where we go over the wet and wild happening in NFT land. Today, House of Darcula. So don't forget to like and subscribe on your way in. Let's get into it. So this is House of Darcula. I know it's Dracula. If you've ever seen the Helsing movie, he calls himself Dracula, and I think that's better. The public sale for this is February 1st, which is in a couple days of this video dropping. It's 999 unique metavamps. There's 3D, as you can see over here. And the idea behind this is that at least the story behind it is that these guys, well, first the creators of this are from Transylvania, or they're from Romania. They're the descendants of Transylvania, and they are just sort of, capitalizing on or capturing the mystery and the fantasy and the technology and the communication and the story and the mystery behind Transylvania. And they made these NFTs based around the Dracula myth. So the idea and the story behind this is that Dracula has commissioned you, if you are one of these metavamps, to go out there and seek other metavamps to convert and then come into the mission, which is to find Katerina, which is his Dracula's beautiful one-of-a-kind love. Now, she's no longer one of a kind because according to the story in here, here's some of the types of NFTs you'll be seeing. But according to the story within here, she was kidnapped by Dracula's enemies and then given to a bunch of witches. And the witches basically casted a spell which turned all of the witches into to look like Katerina, and all the descendants also look like Katerina. So Dracula can never really tell who Katerina is, where the original one is, and it's part of your mission to find the original Katerina, his one true love, and put an end to his desperate search for love. This man needs to just find a different girl at this point. So that's basically the brief story about this. They talk about having different personalities, warriors for whatever reason, but they talk about having different celebrities associated with this. They sort of do. So there's this one over here and Neo, just a couple that I looked into. So you have Neo over here, but put down here. Here you go. Where he retweeted this, the official Neo verified Twitter handle, but he's just a celebrity. I don't think he's really that much behind this project in terms of that way. I think he's more or less just sort of saw a version of himself in NFT form, and he sort of just retweeted it like he did in other places, like he did over here, and he did kind of the same idea. There's another girl right over here. She's pretty cute. But again, sort of the same idea. If you go over here, they sort of have a version of her that's been vampirized or vamped, and she also just kind of retweeted it. It's hard to say with these celebrities because celebrities kind of just jump into whatever. There was that whole story about Kim Kardashian and the ETH Classic or ETH whatever. Like, it wasn't the original ETH, it was just some other ETH thing, and she sort of started tweeting out about it. Obviously not really doing her research or having any idea what she was really getting involved in. She just went into it. This is sort of a similar thing. So take with that celebrity endorsement with a grain of salt. You can check out their Instagram over here, which has about not that many. It's like 1,200 followers, but their Twitter is a little bit better. Oh, not her. So the Twitter boasting about 29K followers, and I believe their Discord has about 10,000 followers. So, a decent following. And if this is something that you're into, if you like this kind of art, if you're into the whole vampire craze, I don't know how much that craze is still a thing. It was huge back in the early 2000s with the Twilight stuff going on. I don't know how much it is now. So, they have so quickly looking at the roadmap, the return, just the launch coming out on February 1st. The Genesis launch, I guess they had originally released 35 one-of-a-kind, 100% unique Dracula NFTs. This was the Genesis collection, predecessor to this current collection, and apparently sold out in less than 10 seconds. Bought it, I imagine. But regardless, sold out. So they did pretty good with that one. So they're probably, which is why they're going to be launching this second one. The main launch, which is what we're talking about right now, Again, it's Dracula's true descendants, born, raised, and now living in the actual Transylvania land that united history, fantasy, mystery, technology, and communication, or community, which is set to be launched on February the 1st. This is the part that I thought was really cool. If they are trying and actually going to do this, which is a computer-based collectible cards game based on the successful Gwent board. If you guys don't know what a Gwent board is, I didn't know what a Gwent board is, so I looked it up. It seems to just be a style in which these certain kind of games are played. I'm not sure what kind of card games are specific to these, but I guess the Transylvania or the Dracula NFT would be one of these games. I think The Witcher also has a Gwent board style game, either out there or within the game itself. So if they can produce that, that would be great. It's going to be it's the first of its kind on the blockchain ecosystem. The House of Darcula card game integrates NFTs as collectible cards, so users can use them to battle, create / play and earn, get custom aesthetics, skills, or trade. Game action will be split into factions, so stay tuned for the upcoming NFT collections and choose your faction. They're going to be having a token which you can stake it, you can play and earn program. They got transactions, interactions between users, liquidity mining programs, staking, and community governance. All the initial holders on the HOD collection are eligible for the HOD token airdrop. And then the marketplace, enabling users to trade their assets as non-fungible tokens for game enhancements or sell/rent their accrued game skills by creating their own NFT collectibles. Again, there's no white paper in these things. I always ask for white paper whenever I start to see major technical integrations happening, especially when they're talking about staking and trying to get a play to earn game going. So I would like to see that, which I don't see here. If you go back to where I was here originally, this is NFC calendar verified by the community. That's working in their favor compared to the last video I had made. Then you've got the release date, which we already saw was February 1st at the top there. You can meet some of the creators here. Most of the rest of them, you can't really, there's no connection to them. You can kind of see a little bit of that, but it's not too much. You can't really see who's the actual lead digital artist in terms of any pictures about him or anything like that. But what you can see is this guy, Tepes. You can see his LinkedIn, in which talks about kind of being the co-founder of Bookar as well. Bookar being the salon and barbershop booking app. I'm pretty sure these are all over the world though. He's the booker one for Romania, but I have one on my phone for Toronto. They're all over the place. And then you can see here, you can take a look at his Instagram and you can kind of see more about him. Just him chilling. He's got a Ferrari. Or is that a Lambo? I don't know anything about cars, so I don't know what symbol that is there. But okay, it's a Lambo. Jealous. But yeah, so if that's something that you're interested in, go check it out. Take it with a grain of salt. There are some things that are missing in this that I would have liked to have seen, such as more revealing of the people who are part of the team, a little bit more doxing of themselves to just kind of lend more legitimacy to the actual project. And I would have also liked to see in the white paper illustrating how they're going to go about creating the game and whatnot. But all in all, nifty looking project. The card game thing being the first time I'm really reading about that right now. I'm sure there's tons more, and I just either didn't see them or have forgotten about them. I don't think the idea of a card game is anything new. Maybe the Gwent board system is what is actually new on that, and maybe nobody's really done that yet. So anyways, if you guys are interested in this, link in the description down below. Make sure to do your own research. Make sure you deep dive as much as possible. Check it out and be safe. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.